Hello, everyone. My name is Mohini. It used to be Mary Margaret, but I changed it when I got my diagnosis. And Mohini is a spiritual name that was given to me, and I'm really happy and honored to be using it now. So the American Cancer Society has asked me to speak with you about my personal experience with the lymphoma and also with them. Above all else, listen to your body. It really, really helped me survive and thrive. When your body whispers to you, if you listen to it, it won't have to scream. And the lump that showed up in my breast was, in my humble opinion, my body screaming at me. For about 2 to 3 years prior to that, I was melancholy and irritable. I wasn't enjoying my work. And I tried to slow down, but I didn't really know how to get off the gerbil wheel. And I looked at alternative medicine and all sorts of things and couldn't figure out what was going on. Well, my parents passed. They were both 96, had a good long life. And 2 weeks later, this lump showed up in my breast. So I kind of knew that it was related, that my body had waited till it was okay. And I believe now that it was my immune system calling out to me saying, hey, we can't deal with these precancerous cells. We need help. And so I want you to think of your diagnosis as permission to take care of yourself, that you deserve care, you deserve to be healthy. I'll never forget, I was trying on scarves in a resale shop, and the woman said, if you have to do this anyway, because I had lost my hair, you might as well have fun with it. And that was really powerful. And I did have fun with it. I tied the scarves in all kinds of crazy knots, like ponytails, all different colors. I got wigs that were colorful, a purple one, a Shirley Temple one. I wasn't going to go with a boring beige wig. And when I went to parties, people would try them on and they would have fun. Thirdly, I would ask you to stay positive if you can. And when you're really kind of in the depths of whatever, like for me, it was the first 2 regular chemo treatments that were really, really hard on my body. And I listened to my body and it told me to stop, and I did. But it was something, okay, why do I want to keep going? What is my reason for living? And of course it was babies. I like to hold babies. I've done that for 13 years now with the 2 different yoga centers. And so maybe you can think about something like that for yourself. Do you have any unresolved emotional issues? And I think we all probably do. So if you can work to take care of those, whether with a counselor or a spiritual advisor, energy worker, hypnotherapist, whatever, maybe even on your own with meditation, that might be very, very helpful for you. And your friends are going to surprise you during your treatment, not necessarily in a good way. I had some 3 fairly close women friends that really weren't available to me to help me. But then there will be other people that will show up that you totally don't expect to. So be open to that. You do need to reach out. I started a Facebook prayer page. A friend of mine actually made it for me, and that was so, so helpful. And I was very careful about my wording. I've considered it a challenge, not a struggle, not a battle. A rebalancing. My system needed to be rebalanced. And this is kind of along the lines of Louise Hayes, who believes in the law of attraction. And so what you think and what you say, you actually attract to yourself. So I did not identify with cancer. In fact, I said I had a lump that had lymphoma. I didn't have lymphoma. And that may seem silly to some of your caregivers. In my case, it was my ex-husband. And even though we were exes, he was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. But I could see he was getting burned out and doing all the driving and things. So get help for them. I mean, they're helping you, but they can't do it all. Go with the flow. So I treated myself with a trip to Thailand. You know, it makes you rethink your life when you get a possibly terminal diagnosis. So start working on that bucket list. And you will get friends offering you tons of advice. And, you know, take what resonates with you and you can disregard the rest. As far as the American Cancer Society, it was so much fun to participate in their fashion show. I did not have to go through treatment during COVID, but I do have a dear friend who is. And the additional challenge was not being able to have people sit with her while she was getting her infusions. But she would have parties at her house on the lawn out front, and we would all be socially distanced and wearing masks and dancing to her favorite music. And so that's how she managed. So thank you so much for listening, and I wish you the best on your journey.